So what you're telling me is this is the Jack wake up stream.
Yes, I took an
Okay.
old man nap in the chair, and a couple times the cat came over and was like, "Hey, fat ass, feed me," and I was like, "Yeah, it's sleepy time." And she gave up and went and laid down in the spare room.
Aw.
Yeah, it's adorable. When I walked by to come into the kitchen, she glared out at me like, "You're gonna feed me, motherfucker."
Fucker.
But
Right?
now she's sleepy, so the tables
Guys,
have turned.
welcome to the show. I am Monk. He's Jack. Say hi, Jack.
Hi, everybody.
Jack, how are you today, man?
I'm a little sleepy. Beyond that, I'm pretty good. How are you?
Also sleepy. I didn't sleep well last night, but otherwise, pain, misery, heartache. The usual.
Yeah, normal stuff.
That's all right. We're online, so I have my happy voice on. And now I have the hiccups. God bless.
Oh yeah. I grabbed a bottle of Coca-Cola to try to wake myself up, and so far I almost dropped it twice because I'm so fucking tired. Yeah, but no, I'm everything seems to be doing okay here. I'm sorry that you're a little rough.
Oh shit, man! It's same old, same old. Nothing to write home about.
It still sucks.
At this point, I would be more worried if I woke up with no pain. I'd be like, "Oh God, I'm dying."
Yeah. I actually did some work yesterday and exerted myself, and I'm paying for it by being all sleepy now. Because normally I'm a stagnant, lazy, fat ass, but I forgot how much I hate physical labor. I'm not in any shape to be doing this crap.
I got one of those pain waves I get yesterday, and I really wanted to go do work. We're cleaning up the garage and getting it all set for, wintertime and stuff. And there's still some stuff that needs done. And I wanted to go do it, but I didn't. I'm like, nah, bro, that can wait till tomorrow.
Yeah, we were moving some boxes. We're donating a bunch of stuff to a church's rummage sale.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, we're boxing up a bunch of mom and dad stuff that we just don't have space for because all my crap's here now. And they were more or less hoarders. Not going to be dishonest about that. They were collectors, shall we say?
Collectors, yes.
Yeah, so they had many, many things and
antiquers.
Yeah, and I got my comic collection. I got all the stuff that I got to unbox for Roll for Sanity. I got all my DVDs and not to mention my clothes and shit. So there's not enough space for all that stuff. And the house is really old. I don't want to risk the fucking floor on it. So we've been getting rid of a bunch of their stuff, and we boxed all the stuff up and took it over. And, oh my God. I was like, I am so out of shape. Everything was heavy. I was starting to sweat after a couple boxes. I'm like, man, I gotta go back to the gym or something. I'm really out of shape. So that's why I'm tired. That was the long and short version of that story.
Fair enough.
I did. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Just a programming note, guys. Remember, starting hopefully tonight, I'm planning on doing it tonight, Jack, between 9 and 10. For the next several days, we'll be doing the show at nighttime. We'll be doing it in the PM in our areas. So that's when I'm hoping to get it done by started by 9. But, you guys know how it is. Got big stuff going on this weekend. So, we got to switch things up.
Yeah.
Plus, I feel like our Aussie audience misses us. Although they're still
here. And I miss them too.
So tonight, yes, tonight, and then let's see, it'll be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday shows. Well, Monday show might be Tuesday morning. So for the next several days, I'll let you know. Blue Eyed said I'll probably be sleeping. It's probably the smart thing to do. Lately, I've been asleep by 9 o'clock, so this will be interesting to see if I can do this, Jack. I'm old. I don't get to stay up like I used to.
Right? This aging thing really kind of blows.
All right, Jack, we should probably get into our show for the day. And today it involves, shitty Democrats, but that's, redundant.
Yeah.
That's shitty Democrats. And in this case specifically, we're going to start with David Pakman, but it's not just his dumbass. It's actually a group of dumbasses.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Is he doing kung fu? Because I'm prepared to wet myself laughing if that's the case.
I'm not sure, but I do love that he started having stubble on his face when he does this, so he doesn't look 10 anymore. Instead, he looks like a 11-year-old with facial hair.
He looks like an 11-year-old who drew on like a fake hobo beard for Halloween.
Yes.
Trying to do kung fu.
This comes to us because of a story from Wired, which we'll get to in a minute. But there's a group called Chorus. Chorus, get it? They're all voices, and anyway, they're a 501c.
Oh God, seriously.
Yeah, 501c4, not a C3, a C4, which allows them to do political stuff that a 501c3 is not allowed to do. And it allows them to keep all of their donors secret. And what is Chorus doing with that money that they've been raising? They are paying Democratic influencers $8,000 a month to repeat Democratic talking points.
Wow, dude.
Now, I need to say this because it's much like with the tenant situation. I don't give a rat's ass if these people are getting paid to say things that they already were saying. However, according to Wired, the contract that they had to sign actually limits what they're allowed to talk about. It puts limits on them. And not one of these assholes has disclosed this.
Oopsie poopsie.
Which is dirty.
That is incredibly dirty.
Even with the tenant thing, as dirty as it was not, telling people that they were financed by the Russians, there was no indication that they were limited in what they were allowed to talk about. In this case, there's you can't, you better be on our side on all things. And that is something you should disclose to your audience.
Yeah, that's pretty shitty.
Yeah, but don't worry, man. They're independent. David's going to talk about that here in just a second.
I'm so independent, I'm not allowed to discuss these topics. Oh, there's a lot of irony dripping there, man.
Can you talk for just a minute?
Sure. What's up, chat? Thanks for dropping links, Brian. Don't forget to hit the like button, guys. Hi, Dixie. It's the 1800s newspapers where they proudly displayed their biases. Yeah, at least yellow journalists were kind of honest about what the kind of scum they were.
Sorry about that. My wife sent me a Snapchat with audio in it during the show. She knows I have to check my phone when I see it.
Well, it's probably interesting or cool.
So. Well, it was she could hear Phoebe rummaging around her office and couldn't find her until suddenly a paw comes out from behind her monitor and smacks something.
For a second, I pictured the cat like doing some industrial espionage, trying to break into her computer and go through files. But that's actually funnier.
Mission Impossible music playing, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so David's going to tell us about the importance of funding independent media. Now, I just want to remind you guys, he has signed a contract to only talk about the things they allow him to talk about. Keep that in mind as you listen.
Super independent.
For years I've been saying the left needs to organize independent media in the way that the right has been doing.
The right hasn't. This is a misnomer, and the reason this got on my nerves today was because I saw somebody talking about how the right wing, they're just funded by billionaires, and that's why their propaganda is doing so well on social media. The only time Democrat ideas do well on social media is when you censor anybody pushing against it. That's it. The reason that they had control over the narrative back in 2020 is because anybody who disagreed with them got silenced.
Yeah.
The Elon Musk buying Twitter, yes, there are a couple of people who get promoted because Elon Musk retweets them and then he bangs them and knocks them up. But for the majority of the argument that goes on, it's just that the argument's allowed to be had now. That's it. On left sites, like if you go over to Blue Sky, they banned JD Vance as soon as he popped up. He hadn't even said anything horrific.
Yeah, he just created an account.
And they're like, banned. But don't worry, guys. It's just all that billionaire money that's keeping right-wingers from being irrelevant like the left wing. Anyway, independent media guy here. You just need to fund the independent media.
The left needs to fund independent creators the way that the right does. The right has won even arguably presidential elections,
but not through sponsored content of people. The ones that we know, we had Tenet Media there for a little bit, and even then they announced what they were without the Russian side of it. They're not hiding it. You guys want to hide it and blame things like they're funding the independent media. Who was doing that during the election? Who paid Harry Sisson? I dare say it wasn't Donald Trump.
What?
Democrats have been doing this for a long time. They just keep it on the down low. Even the story that I'm talking about today with Chorus paying assholes like this $96,000 a year. This is all in the hush. They had to sign an NDA on this shit.
Yeah, well, how long has Soros been funneling money to these guys?
Hey, Soros is not a billionaire. He's a good boy.
He's just a nice old man.
They've been doing this shit forever. And they always want to do this. Like, what we really need to do is just do what the right is doing and fund it. You guys have been funding this shit.
Well, in a way, we've all been funding it for a while through PBS.
True. And that's the other thing. Look, we could win. We could win if only you let me repeat everything NBC says. If only you gave me the power of CNN. Yeah. Hey, look, man, David, you don't have any ideas. And now with your contract, you're not allowed to have any ideas outside the Democratic mainstream. So what is it you're going to do that's going to bring in everybody when you have the entire power of the legacy media behind you? They're already saying everything you want to say. I mean, we saw a dude on MSNBC say that Biden should have stepped down so Kamala could have been the first black president. Do you really need to pay shills when what you want done is already on the mainstream media? It only works back as a subversion if you're subvertive. If you're just one of the chorus, interesting, then who's really paying attention to you? What did you really do, adding your voice to the literal drowning of voices coming from the left on legacy media?
Yeah, that's a really good point, because if they all sound so homogenous, then what makes him stand out as a brand? Like, are they just watering down so they can all say the same exact thing? What makes them unique then?
Exactly. Do you think anybody watching Pac-Man is going to go watch CNN and go, "Oh, this is fucking horrible. I can't believe they're saying this shit"? The reason this works for the right wing on social media is because that's the only place they're allowed to do it. Yes, we have Fox News, blah, blah, blah. But Fox News still tends very liberal, Jack.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yes, their commentators in the primetime slots tend to be right wing. The rest of it, they're mostly just talking about the same shit everyone else is talking about in the same manner. I just love this idea of they're like, if only you gave us, let me tell the people and I will get people elected. No, you won't. You're just a face in the crowd, fucker. Granted, a very creepy one. I don't know what deal your parents made with Satan to make you come out looking like that. But other than being creepy, what are you going to add? Anyway.
Because they're organized with regard to online and independent
Yep,
media.
that's what it is.
They're killing us. We've been so behind. And this kind of support for creators is exactly what I've been advocating for.
The $8,000 a month is exactly what, look, hey, I think major corporations should give me a bunch of money too. Look how independent I am now, Jack.
Yeah.
I think that in order for our voice to be heard like the right and left wing, Jack, we need major organization. Pepsi, hit me up. Paying me $8,000 a month.
Oh man, we get Pepsi to sponsor you, Coca-Cola to sponsor me, and then we'll get Dr. Pepper to sponsor the show.
There you go, Michael. Thank you. Thank you, Michael. Fox has been controlled opposition for a decade or more, just like the Fuentards. I hear what you're saying, and I don't think you're necessarily wrong, but I think with Fox News, it's all of the news people come from the same place. They all either come from politics or journalism schools. They're all coming from the same colleges. So the chance of you having a whole bunch of people breaking out and being independent or oppositional is nonsensical. Even if you go back to when Fox first starts, you know, we report, you decide. They were still reporting on the same basic stuff places. Were yelling about him. They weren't yelling about Fox News. They were yelling about Bill O'Reilly. And then after that, it's oh no, it's what's his name? Bowtie. Tucker. Oh my God. It's Sean Hannity. They always yell about the people in the 8 to 11 slot, the prime time slot. But the actual news, if you paid attention, it's always been about the same. Will they occasionally cover stories that others won't? Sure. But pay attention. Mostly they all cover the same shit, and they always have. Fox, Murdoch was absolutely genius in selling Fox as a conservative alternative, even though it really wasn't. Some of it was, sure, in your primetime slots again, and compared to, say, Rachel Maddow or Joy Reid or any of the other, Chris O'Donnell, yeah, they're absolutely conservative, but that's a low fucking bar.
Yeah.
But this is more, Pac-Man here, this is more of the left issue. We lost because we don't have a Joe Rogan. You need to fund us like people do Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan built up his audience not even talking about politics. He was chatting with friends, and then he starts having on controversial people, and that just gets more people in, and having open discussions with people that he may or may not. It's very much rather than Rogan being left or right, when it comes to his show, more often than not, he's more like Coast to Coast AM than Hannity. Thank you, Cryptic. I trust Fox News as much as a fox in a henhouse. Fair. And maybe that was a tongue-in-cheek thing that they did with Fox News. Who knows? I know it's 20th Century Fox. Calm down, folks. Anyway, so David here had that to say, and then this story comes out. A dark money group is secretly funding high-profile Democratic influencers. Shocking. Shocking. And again, I don't care. Go ahead.
It's kind of amazing how every time the left does something nowadays, that they end up getting exposed for being shitbags.
Yes. Dark money. It is dark. When they talk about dark money, 501c4s is mostly what they're talking about, because this group Chorus does not have to report who's donating to them, and they're allowed to lobby legislatively. They're allowed to get deep in. My wife is sending me a shit ton of Snapchats.
I bet they're all adorable.
They probably are, but I'm gonna wait until after the show to look at them.
You know you want to look at them.
Watch it be some emergency, and she'll be like, "Why didn't you look?" Like, because the last one was about Phoebe.
That was anyway, then. This is now.
With a 501c4. This is as close to what dark money is as you can get, because there's no trail of where this shit came from, who's funding it, who's even in charge of it. I mean, it's got a government ID and everything. It's got to be filed with them.
Yeah, it's still pretty shady, though.
I am curious why we are funding and I don't want to say funding, why we're not taxing a group who has a legislative agenda.
I'd be willing to bet if you look closely at who set up those rules, it was a Democrat.
I bet it was. And these are the groups that Sheldon, I Hate Black People White House loves to talk about, unless they're Democratic, which most of them are. This is your Act Blue kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
But anyway, in a private group chat, I love that they told us that this came from a private group chat. That means they have a mole in there.
Even better.
Oopsie.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that Wired busted this story and not O'Keefe.
Right? I was shocked that I saw this in Wired, because for those of you who don't know, Wired is ridiculously left-wing.
Yeah.
Anyway, in a private chat group in June, dozens of Democrat political influencers discussed whether or not to take advantage of an enticing opportunity. They were being offered $8,000 a month to take part in a secretive program aimed at bolstering Democratic messaging on the internet. I mean, I would. I'll take your money right now to do it. I won't believe in any of it, and I'm going to tell my audience I'm doing it. Although, actually, Jack, part of their NDA is not to let people know they were part of this.
Yeah, that's not going to put more suspicion on every single person that wasn't taking money. Now everybody's suspect.
But the contract sent them from Chaos, a nonprofit, blah, 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 came with some strings. Among the issues, it maintained extensive secrecy about disclosing their payments and had restrictions on what sort of political content the creators could produce. Now, this is going to shock you, Jack. These Upright Citizens Brigade here all said, yeah, let's go ahead and sign on to this. Like, hey.
Yeah, I mean, wow.
Yeah, we're going to tell you what you can and cannot say, and you're not allowed to tell people that we're telling you that. And they're all like, oh, this seems dirty. Okay.
It seems dirty while they're counting out the money.
Should we send a long-form email with all of our email addresses? Or are we just going to send things separately and hope they change everything for everyone? Lorenzo, a non-binary creator from Columbus, Ohio, with over 800,000 TikTok followers, asked the group. The funny thing about this is that, according to this article, none of them actually did reach out to Chorus and go, hey, we have some issues with this. According to this, they all just sat there and talked with each other about what was wrong with the contract, and then we're like, we should sign it.
It's because the left are a bunch of sheep, and most of them are cowards. So,
where is that one dude? This one. I don't feel strongly enough about pushing, to be honest. Aaron Parnas, a Gen Z news influencer who has been called the Gen Z Walter Cronkite. And there's a link there. You know who called him the Gen Z Walter Cronkite? Nut! Oh my goodness. Hi, how have you been, sweetie? Everybody was talking about you in chat this morning. That's why I reached out to you to make sure you were okay. Good morning. Everybody misses you, and not just me and Jack.
Indeed.
Yeah, she hasn't even posted on Twitter in like 2 weeks. I was worried. Anyhow, the people who called him Gen Z Walter Cronkite was Rolling Stone magazine.
Oh, I thought he called himself that.
No, it was Rolling Stone, because he just talks to people, like Walter Cronkite did, as he walks around holding his phone. Sure. I've had some interactions with Aaron. He's a fucking retard.
Well,
And
look, your toys are all broken. I don't know.
True.
If you say, yeah, talk to him, my immediate thought is it was somebody you were fucking with, so it probably is a tard.
It goes on to say about him, and has been lauded in legacy media outlets, and the link there goes to The Cut, which is, I believe, it's either New York Times or Washington Post, I forget which, sponsored or affiliated. Even in this, when they're pointing out these assholes selling out, they're like, look at how awesome they are. Look how great they are. They're amazing. They're the greatest people on the planet. Where are we? For years, Democrats have struggled to work with influencers. In 2024, President Joe Biden's White House snubbed several prominent content creators after they lightly criticized the administration over its policies on climate change, COVID, Gaza, and the TikTok ban. Let's be honest about that. It was over Gaza. It wasn't over COVID. It wasn't over climate change. It was over Gaza. Where are we? Content creators who challenged Kamala Harris, including Hassan Piker, a well-known influencer on the left, were similarly unwelcome at campaign events. Yeah, because they were absolutely had to take a break, was getting too angry online. Oh, I feel that, nuts. We'll do a fun show one day. So, you know what, Jack? We have 2 shows in the works for today. So maybe the one later we'll just do a fun show. We'll ignore politics unless some major story breaks.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah. Anyway, but for years, Democrats have struggled to work with influencers. In 2024, they snubbed some people. But we also know they were paying people. We know that the Harris campaign was working with influencers. They were paying everybody they could to support Kamala. But like, no, they've had trouble working with them. No, they wisely kept Hassan out, not because of his criticism of Kamala, but because he's a terrorist supporting shitbag. and they were like, maybe we shouldn't bring attention to this is the kind of people that like us. But even in this story, Jack, Wired has to put they've had trouble working with him. No, they haven't. They've been paying these people all along, going way back to the Biden administration. They're like, no, we just can't get influencers to come work with us. Bullshit. After the Democrats lost in November, they faced a reckoning. It was clear that that the party had failed to successfully navigate the new media landscape. And again, here we go with what was it that they realized? Oh, we've pissed off young males and everyone else. That always gets underreported. Yes, they lost big with young males, but they lost big with everyone. Isn't it only black females who the party gained with?
Yeah.
Gays, Latinos, Eskimos, pygmies, everybody voted more for Trump. But it's just that the online, they failed online. I don't care if the Democratic Party had literally paid everybody to vote for Kamala, she was still going to lose. She was a bad candidate.
Yeah, well, look at all the celebrities they paid millions of dollars to, and it didn't help at all.
Well, look at the influencers online that they paid, like Harry. Harry was a joke. He still is. They're trying to make him a thing again, which is amazing to me.
Hilarious.
But the dude is an idiot. And all he did was provide people like us fodder. Like, please let Harry Sisson say something today. I have nothing to talk about.
Right?
But yeah, so you have this group. Now, I wanna show you first. Hang on. Blah, 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 blah. Where's the link to Chorus here? Oh, I did have it open still. This is their page, their web page, and it doesn't tell you much. Chorus is a creator-led nonprofit organization dedicated to helping content creators expand their reach and educate their audience about news and public policy issues that impact their lives. Chorus is recruiting, training, and supporting independent online voices and building the next era for online news. Now, I just want to remind you that they're paying $96,000 a year. And if I remember correctly, the article said, like, what was it? How many creators? Did it tell us? Dozens. It says dozens of Democratic influencers. So at least 24. So you're talking $2 million that they're spending on this push. Where are they getting? That is not coming from $10 donations. That's not coming from little tiny donations here and there. They got $2 million in the bank.
There's some money floating around somewhere here from either corporations, an NGO, or whatever that Soros Foundation's called that I can't remember this late in my evening.
Michael, thank you. Remember the Tenet media controversy and how huge that was. This is even worse because Tenet refused to alter the content of their creators. Tenet didn't refuse to alter the content of the creators. They allowed the creators to have complete control. I know what you're saying there, but they did try to influence it. They just didn't force it. They didn't. It's not that they refused to. I think that they just never got their hooks in deep enough to have that kind of control. Frankly, they mostly use creators who might have wanted the money but didn't necessarily need it. Cryptic, thank you. We, the white adjacent, even moved right. True. True. But anyway, back to our chorus here. I loved that I scrolled down here, and down here they have their social media links, Jack. Do you notice which one's missing? Twitter's not on there.
Oh, yeah.
TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. I don't know what that link is for. Maybe that takes you somewhere where you can get to that. That is their. Oh, that's their Blue Sky. That's Blue Sky. Okay. Of course it is. I should have known. Frankly, I haven't looked at Blue Sky very much because I find them to be irrelevant child fuckers.
Right.
Not all, hashtag not all, but it is amazing how many child fuckers said, well, I don't like Twitter anymore. I'm going to Blue Sky. But what amused me is I went to their YouTube page, and this is their YouTube page. This channel doesn't have any content, although you can see right up here with their 1.38 thousand subscribers that they have 2 videos. So you have to go to the video tab, and there's only one of them still up.
Weird.
Isn't it? And I just happen to have that video pulled up and ready to go, Jack.
Oh, that's convenient.
Right. It's almost like I do this for a living. Andy Warpski here. Does this guy not look like Andy?
He looks like Andy and Hassan had a baby.
He kind of does, yeah, because he's got more of the Hassan haircut and clothing. So Andy Piker here is going to tell us Gonna tell us about. We're not watching this whole video because I don't give a shit, but I do want to. This part.
You've heard about Chorus Media, but for those who haven't, Chorus is not a front-facing media company. It's actually.
Why does he sound like he's 10?
They all sound like they're 10. Low testosterone does that to people.
Actually a behind-the-scenes engine to give support to creators as they grow.
His lips and the wording don't match up either. I'm calling bullshit on this.
Yeah, it's probably
Their own channels. So we're not trying to consolidate everybody into one media company. Instead, we're trying to give creators the tools and resources that they need to grow their own audiences, whoever those specific audiences might be. That means
we're going to do this group thing, but we're not grouping everybody together. Because then people would know puberty blockers. Stop it, Skip. Fuck, I hate when I read something funny. We're not going to group everybody together because then people will notice that this is all just a giant work. Then people might call us tenant media.
I think it'd be worse than that. It'll be compared to that video where everybody is saying that, reading that same statement from all the different channels.
Yep.
Helping them with editing, with researching, with booking, and more. Think of it as an incubator for the next generation of.
You're helping them with editing.
No, I think they're more helping them craft the narrative.
Yes, exactly. I understand why they're trying to hide their videos and their presence and why their website just says, we're a thing. This is some dirty backroom dealing bullshit right here.
Yeah, look, conspiracies are easy enough to come across, but
yeah,
having such like little information available, you have an online presence that's vapid and empty, and you're influencing all these people. This is rife for conspiracy.
You don't even need conspiracy. They're admitting it all with look, Wired broke the story on the NDA and them all working together. But even with what he's saying right there, they're telling us what they're doing.
Yeah, but I mean, you're going to get a lot of people that are wondering what else they're up to.
Sure.
Like,
yeah.
What issues are their key driving issues? Who is funding these people? There's a lot of questions that pop up when you're so opaque about what you're doing.
This is the tweet that actually got me down this rabbit hole. This guy says, I know the left will purity test this stuff, but David is right. It's the video we watched earlier. Right-wing propaganda has dominated social media because they have billionaires funding these content creators. Yeah, that's what's doing it. The left needs our own billionaires funding left-leaning creators so they can keep up and win back the internet. What?
Win back or control?
Control. If you go back to 2020 and you jump onto Twitter and you look at it, you will think, oh my God, the left wing is what everybody is. Everybody is left wing except Ben Shapiro because he doesn't cuss. But most of the voices, most of the conversation was controlled. We couldn't even say that we think that COVID came from the COVID lab there in Wuhan. Couldn't say it on any social media platform, Jack, because Anthony Fauci said it didn't. It was so
Fauci
controlled.
knows what's best.
Throwing more money at your bad ideas, please do it. I'm all for the left wasting money. And every time one of these idiots speaks, I have a chance at getting content. But the only way they win in the marketplace of ideas is if they're the only toy on the shelf.
Yeah.
And they are Temu Batman figures. Just had to share, nothing to say. Thank you so much, Nuts, for becoming a member for month number 26. Thank you, sweetie. You didn't have to do that. We're just happy to have you around, sweetie.
Yeah, we appreciate your support, though.
I love this idea that the problem is it's just billionaires are giving money to people, and that's why right-wing stuff works. Okay, fine. Let's take all the money out of it. All the money out of it. Dave, you and me, let's have a discussion about whatever topic you want to that you think is a winner for the left wing. We'll do it for free. No advertising, no nothing. Let's put our ideas on the page and see which one wins. Because your ideas are fucking retarded. I mean, we just had the shooting yesterday, Jack. Did you see what Gavin Newsom said about that shit?
Yeah, well, Newsom's a tard, so it was about what I expected.
So at the press briefing yesterday, day before, I don't know exactly when this press briefing is from, Aaron Rupar was really upset by this statement from what's her name there at the press office.
I have two questions for you. Sure. Democrats, including former White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki and Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey, attacked prayer and pushed gun control in the aftermath of yesterday's shooting. What's the White House's response to their comments?
Yes, I saw the comments of my predecessor, Ms. Psaki, and frankly, I think they're incredibly insensitive and disrespectful to the tens of millions of Americans of faith across this country who believe in the power of prayer, who believe that prayer works, and who believe that in a time of mourning like this, when beautiful young children were killed while praying in a church, it's utterly disrespectful to deride the power of prayer in this country, and it's
I don't care if people want to deride the power of prayer. If you're a non-believer, you probably do think it's a waste of time. But when your reaction to somebody going, I'm going to pray for these people after a major tragedy, you're like, you fuck you and your prayer. Maybe keep it to yourself, or just you should start off by going, I'm an asshole. Fuck your prayer. Because this isn't the first time we've seen this. Every time there's one of these shootings, some assholes out there, thoughts and prayers really work, don't they? Yeah, your condescension helped, didn't it, shitbag? What was that? That broke up.
It's sort of like then they start pushing gun control measures that'll never work.
Yes, absolutely. If their gun control measures worked, we wouldn't have these shootings, because despite what they keep telling you, gun control is still in full force and gaining. But no, just one more law. In response to this, Gavin said, these children were literally praying as they got shot at, which, by the way, she mentioned. So I don't know what he thought he was saying there. But this was his response to this, to her saying it's disrespectful to attack prayer. He's like, but they were praying at the time. I mean, if you're going to do that, at least be funny about it and go, I guess those two kids didn't pray hard enough. Get it? Because the other ones were, never mind.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to go edgy, fucker. But instead, you're just like, they were praying. Ha. It's probably why they got shot. Ha. Get fucked. I hate these. I did not think I could have a lower opinion of Gavin, but fuck, Gavin keeps talking. Or they prayed too hard, monk. Yeah, there you go. This not, Jesus Christ. Some kids got shot, and we're really having an argument over whether prayer works. Because that's the important part of the argument. Did you see Stephen King accidentally call trans people insane?
Yes, that was funny because he's stupid.
He really is. So he gets into an argument with Matt Walsh. Let me bring that up here. This one, yeah. Nope. I need the full article. There we go. So I read this on Twitchy, and I love Twitchy because I find a lot of arguments that way. But we're going to jump straight to the Stephen King post. He's arguing with Matt Walsh here, and Steven starts out saying, trans is not the problem. Okay, it's not the start of it, but this is where we're jumping in. Trans is not the problem. He had a gun. That's the problem. And Matt Walsh comes back with like, I got multiple guns and haven't shot anybody. To which Steven says, yes, but you're sane. Whoops. Yeah. When you say the quiet part out loud, right? Yeah. I've seen tons of people like, it's not the trans thing. It's not trans. It's not because he was trans. Fair enough. But trans does point to a mental problem. And when you're willing to say, hey, mental illness is the problem with folks killing each other, and one of them has a clear mental illness, maybe you start there. I thought he left Twitter. Oh, no, nuts. He only left Twitter for like 2 weeks. He came almost immediately back.
Yeah, they always do. It's like when they're going to leave the U.S. for Canada.
Well, it's weird with Stephen King because Stephen King, a good portion of his content, for lack of a better word, is him arguing with people on the right. And so he went to Blue Sky, where there's nobody to argue with. It'd be like me going to a Frank convention. I would be so fucking bored. It's like, look, everybody here thinks just like you. Like, fuck. Yeah, he thrives on arguing with people. He doesn't do it very well, as this shows.
Yeah.
But so him being like, I'm leaving, I'm going to where people will. And so he goes over to a place like that and says what everybody else is saying. He's not having an argument with anybody. So he's not owning anybody. He's just another. It's kind of like the David Pakman thing we were talking about with the press. He's just a face in the crowd over there. If you want to be a left winger and get some attention, come to Twitter and argue with the right wing. Because at least there's an opposing voice. You will stand out because all of your pussy ass friends left because they couldn't take having disagreement. That's how you can make a name for yourself on the left wing. You can't do that as a right winger because if you go over to Blue Sky and try arguing with people, they'll just silence you. But for the left wing, absolutely. There's tons of opportunity for lefties to get big right now. But yeah, I love that he accidentally called him insane. Oh, Steve.
He did called Matt Walsh sane, which I find questionable.
True. But I guess at least in the sense of not shooting people, it's right. You know?
Suppose.
Yeah. What I think that's all I have for today because I got up kind of late today, Jack. Oh, no, we got to talk about my new toy. I forgot about him.
Oh my God, yeah.
And we have let's do this one first. So CNN is exclusive reporting, Jack, that they did some how does this guy put it? Excellent news reporting from Isaac, whoever. President Donald Trump revoked Kamala Harris's Secret Service protection on Thursday, according to a copy of a letter reviewed by CNN. Dun, dun, dun. He's trying to get Kamala Harris killed, Jack.
Oh my God, the monster.
What really pissed me off about this tweet is that if you go to the story, and they know most people won't, if you go to the story, they actually do tell the truth here. So for those of you who don't know, the way that the Secret Service works is if you're the president, you get Secret Service protection for life. The vice president gets Secret Service protection by law for 6 months. That's it. It can be extended by the Homeland Security Director if there's a necessity for it. But her Secret Service got extended when she was still vice president. She got an extension before it was even before the countdown even started. Basically, we were going to pay for the security for her book tour because she has her book tour coming up, Jack. And so Trump sent a letter to DHS going, yeah, you can cancel her Secret Service protection. It's fine. And so CNN puts us, Donald Trump canceled Kamala's. No mention of the fact that legally it should have stopped back in July. It should have stopped July 21st, Jack. But hey, she's got a book tour coming on where she's going to talk about things other people wrote. She hasn't even read the fucking book yet. We saw that in the interview with Colbert. Was that who she was with that day? Like, so what happened here? You have to read the book. But yeah, they pump it up like this. So there's going to be people out there. Oh my God, he's trying to get Kamala killed. And there's actually some of the comments, if you were to read this thread, where they're like, he's just dirty and trying to get her killed. She's not supposed. She was the vice president. Nobody gives a shit. And frankly, we probably don't need to be having Secret Service protection for presidents for life. But at least that one I can see. The spare here who did nothing doesn't deserve Secret Service protection for life. For 6 months after they leave office during the transitionary period, they get 6 months of protection for them and any child under 16, which doesn't apply to her. And she has no kids anyway because she's an old barren whore.
Yeah,
but
she's got that weird stepkid. That's about it.
Yep, who's well over the age of 16, even though not mentally. But once again, like
true.
This is basically CNN going, can you believe Trump's following the law? That son of a bitch.
Well, they're not used to that.
Oh, this story pissed me off so much. All right. Where's my little toy? I need to find him. Oh, where is he? I know I retweeted his dumbass. Oh, maybe I didn't. All right, so I got to dig a little. We're going to take this off the screen while I dig a little. A guy put up a post about why nobody trusts the CDC anymore. And it's actually a pretty good post. And in it, he lays out things like them knowing about the myocarditis problem and hiding it.
Oh, okay.
And it's a really good breakdown of it. And this dude decides, no, the real problem is Trump. So, okay, here's the original post. We're going to skim through it just to hit the highlights real quick, Jack.
Mm-hmm.
Americans lost faith in the CDC because they spent $900 million on an ad campaign saying COVID vaccine prevented transmission. 100% true. They did this.
Yep.
That's not a maybe. Americans lost faith because of disclosures about how the organization knowingly withheld information about myocarditis. Also true. We know. That's not a guess. Americans lost faith in the organization that still lists forcing kids to drink fluoride and families having less children as the most important public achievements in modern history. This is true. The CDC lists having less children as an achievement. And in fairness, you can make an argument for that, Jack. One of the reasons that we have less children than they used to is that our children don't die at the same rate that they used to. In colonial times, if you had a child, they had a 50% chance of dying before they were 5. There are many names throughout history. Like, I wonder if their lineage passed down, and you find out they had like 8 kids and none of them survived past childhood. So if that's how you're looking at it, then I can see it being seen as a positive. As for the fluoride thing, I'm just going to be honest with you guys here. I have not looked deeply into the fluoride thing. But I live in a house with a well, Jack. We don't add fluoride to our water, and we seem fine.
Says the talking monkey.
Yeah, says the talking. And you needed more kids to work and support you with no social programs. True. I mean, a lot of people had a lot of kids. They had farms that had to be run, and you had kids, and they eventually helped run the farm. Anyway, where are we? There's a couple of others. I guess I missed them in the upper part there. But this dude starts having a real problem with the with what he says. So he asks Grok, how many of these criticisms are debunked and how many are obfuscating the truth? And if we look at Grok here at the end, it says 0 are fully debunked, 3 are obfuscated via exaggeration or spin. And that one would be the fluoride one, the withheld myocarditis. That's actually true. We know this is true. It's been reported, but he doesn't like the answer. So he goes, Grok, how much of this can be attributed to the Trump administration doing it? To which Grok tells him, none really. Most COVID specific items post-date the Trump administration. And so then he asks ChatGPT, which tells him, where is it? Most of the specific criticisms in that post are Biden era issues.
Oh my God, he is really striking out with not getting all the answers he wants.
No, because this is actually the best part. Because in answers to other tweets that I made to him, he goes, "You should read the ChatGPT answer." I'm like, I did. You should read it, motherfucker. Because ChatGPT goes on to say, but the foundation of the public health crisis and collapse of the CDC trust was largely built during Trump's administration, which literally has nothing to do with the criticism. All of those criticisms, even ChatGPT is like, yeah, that shit happened. But this dude, and the reason I wanted to highlight it, it's not just because I got to laugh at a moron. I do that all the time.
Yeah, it's one of your favorites.
But this is an example of don't ask a question you don't know the answer to. It's a lawyer trick, Jack.
Yeah.
Real quick, Clippy, thank you. J.M. Barry wrote to help deal with his dead siblings. That's where the Lost Boys comes from. Is it?
Huh.
I didn't know that.
I did not know that either.
I'm not shocked by it. I mean, seriously, the death rate for kids up until what, the 40s, maybe?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're talking post-polio vaccine and post the discovery of antibiotics.
Yeah.
That's what started really saving kids. And the smallpox vaccination.
This is why so many people are like, oh, the average life expectancy was only 30. Yeah, but that's taking kids who died at 2 into account, and there were a shit ton of them. The people were actually living into their 50s and 60s for a long, long time. It's just that very few of them lived long enough to get to 15, much less 50.
Well, life was a lot harder back then. You were talking like your chances of getting injured in an accident were skyrocketing compared to today because they didn't have the medical knowledge or techniques that we do now. So if you lived past 50, chances are you got lucky and dodged cancer until you were old. You didn't break anything major, or you didn't get burned down in a candle factory or something like that. So, yeah, there's a lot of factors. But, man, the little kids, oh, God, man, being a kid back then must have been horrific.
Half the population never made it to 5.
Yeah, that's staggering. All the diseases like whooping cough and polio and smallpox, that was just devastating to children.
Do you realize how long you have to live to overcome half the population dying by 5?
Yeah.
So, I mean, the CDC pumping up that, less birth, if they're doing it in that rate is fine. But if they're doing it as the population bomb, which is probably how they're doing it. I'm saying
Mhm.
probably because I haven't read their nonsense on it, but
Well, I mean, would you be surprised?
no, because that would be right in par with academics because they're like, this guy's been wrong for decades. He's probably right. I mean, literally at this point, the population bomb has been wrong for 60 years. And they're like, he's a genius. It has been proven wrong, Jack.
Well,
And they're still bringing this little prick out every couple of years to go, we're all going to die.
because they want him to be right.
They do. Absolutely, they do. Because they're a fucking death cult, man. They're
Absolutely.
the left is, we should just call them the chicken littles that they are. They are constantly running around telling you that sky is falling. And one day they're going to be right.
Oh, yeah. I mean, monkeys and typewriters kind of thing. But
Mhm.
but that doesn't mean that we should panic every time we hear a new bonkers theory, because they've been wrong about everything for the past 100 years. They are a doomsday cult.
Who does that pretty baby belong to? This is Kingslayer's kitty cat.
Cute.
Yeah.
He looks like, what are you doing, man? Why are you staring at me?
Nuts when I'm done with stories or I don't have something to put on the screen because my shitty internet, I need to be able to know when I get disconnected. And I know because on my StreamYards tab, it just switches to the ducks. I've started using kitty cats to fill that so we have something pretty to look at. Kitty! Yes, indeed. If you guys send me a cat picture, there's a good chance you're going to get a reply that just says capital K, capital I, capital T, capital E, capital H, exclamation, exclamation, exclamation. I can't help it. It's my natural reaction.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
But the reason we don't put up women is because I'll call them fat, most likely.
True. And honestly, I'm old, Jack. I like cats more than looking at women I'm never going to touch. You know what I mean?
You say never gonna touch. I say burlap sacks are cheap.
Well, if we were like most streamers, there's a chance we could touch them and catch a charge, but
Yeah, well, there's that.
I don't want any of that shit.
Yeah, I don't want to go down like Destiny or Onision.
Okay, was there anything else I had planned to talk about? I know there was. I mentioned it just a moment ago. Oh no, that was my moron.
Yeah, you said something about a video or something. Oh.
Oh yeah, this is what made me think. Fugi sent me this iDubbbz tweet, and we got to talk about this because I follow this stupid shit.
Oh my god, what a train wreck. Oh, real quick. Thank you, Cryptic. I work in water treatment, and handling fluoride requires a full hazmat suit and a breathing respirator.
Yes.
Harmful in drinking water or not, that's not something I want in my water.
Well,
lots of things are dangerous in large quantities.
Well, the reason they tell you not to swallow toothpaste is because fluoride's in it.
Yeah.
Fluoride is a poison to humans. It can be helpful for things, but in large quantities, it's poison.
Yeah, I think we should just start brushing our teeth more and pushing that instead of putting additives in the water. They're probably dumbing us down.
But iDubbbz tweets out, it's my character. I'm the pedo troll. I come out and I make pedophilic comments all over Reddit. And he uses Frank from Always Sunny in Philadelphia when he was the trash man. Which, by the way, I love that episode.
That is a great episode.
I love the song they sing in their entrance song as the Birds of War.
Yeah.
With their painted on abs. I fucking love that show. But anyway, what he's referring to is this. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, no.
They went back, somebody, and according to Ethan, they found this through a illegal doxing of email address. I don't fucking know, and I don't care. But way back in 2010, Ethan had a Reddit and Twitter account with the name Pedo Troll, where he made one that I can see pedo joke. One. But we're supposed to be all up in arms about this because he supported Israel and made a pedo joke in 2010. For anybody who's like, you should never joke about pedos. Did you like Airplane?
Do you like gladiator movies?
I mean, we've gotten to a point you can never make jokes like, yeah, you can. The problem isn't when people make jokes about it. It's when certain people, won't name names, aren't joking. There's no evidence that Ethan has ever touched a child. Look, you and I joked about his pedophilic clothing. Like,
yeah, Teddy Fresh.
Let's make a whole clothing line to make adults look 10. That's creepy and weird.
That's super creepy and weird.
But nobody's ever actually suggested Ethan has touched anybody.
No, he just looks really, really creepy.
So you found out in 2010 he was doing edgy boy humor. Oh my.
Yeah.
You got him.
It's a lazy, terrible own. Maybe he said some offensive shit. I don't care. Both these people are fucking idiots.
Yes.
But I tend to side a little more with Ethan on this because so far iDubbbz has proven that he's a disingenuous shitbag.
Yep.
Who's also very dumb and probably harpied on by his nagging wife. He's just a total bitch. I don't know. I don't care about something that happened 15 years ago. How old is Ethan? Like 35?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, so he was like 20 when he did this. I've done way dumber shit in my 20s that was probably more dangerous. You know, like go off on a roof or something. You know, people are just dumb when they're 20. So he did some edgy boy shit on the internet. I don't see why I'm supposed to care here.
Because, you know what, this is kind of what we saw with the video we watched yesterday from Tectone. Like, they're not calling him a pedo, but they're calling him a pedo.
Yeah, it's fucking dumb.
Nut says, although would any of us be surprised? I mean, no, because I'm never surprised by what comes out about creators anymore, honestly.
Yeah, especially on the hard left.
But there's nothing to show that he did anything more than make edgy jokes.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, yeah, it's distasteful probably, but
I
don't fucking care.
And this is coming out because he went in on Destiny for having naked pictures and videos of a 17-year-old on his computer.
Yeah, no, if you told me a guy that runs a company of adults style child clothing called Teddy Fresh had weird shit on his hard drive, okay, you got some evidence of that, I would not be surprised.
Sure.
But you don't have that. You just have some shitty comments he made 15 years ago.
I've made worse jokes than what I read he made, because the one that they point to is somebody says something to the effect of name something you can't touch but you really want to, and his answer was little boys. Yeah. I've made worse kid jokes than that on this show.
Yeah, shit. We've probably made more disgusting jokes than that in the last week, but this is just it. It's just jokes. There's nothing here. He made some comments, jokes.
Understatement says, to be fair, we still don't know if Destiny knew her age beforehand. It doesn't matter if he knew his age beforehand, because if you did watch my show when I talked about this, I give him all of the charity in the world about not knowing her age when he got him. He's choosing to keep him when he knows she's 17.
That's the problem, is he decided to keep him even after he found out that she was 17.
And I watched Legal Mindset's video on that, where he says he does have a duty to keep this stuff. But he also says you're supposed to tell your lawyer about this because you have a duty to report.
Yeah, and his lawyer would be required to be like, this guy's committing some crime.
And if he went and told the police he had this, they could hold on to that for him and it would be preserved. He's got it in his house. It's still on the computer he's using. He took a screenshot to show Willie Mack while they were talking. So he watched that video of a 17-year-old.
Repeatedly, probably.
I'm sure it was just for research purposes.
Yes, he was studying the decor of the room.
I don't think Destiny's a pedophile. I don't think the one that lots of people point to is a 15-year-old girl sent him a picture of her in a bikini, and he told a story about how him and his friends were saying she was hot. I haven't seen the picture, don't want to. It's a 15-year-old girl in a bikini.
Yeah.
Is that weird? Sure. Is it weird for a 20-year-old guy to be like 15 is hot? It depends on the girl. Because some girls at 15 can look 20. It's how a lot of guys end up in trouble.
Yep.
If he knew she's 15 at the time and's like, I'm gonna bang her, that's a bit different. Noticing she's attractive is a different thing. I think Destiny does a lot of shit where he skirts and can get himself in trouble, like he did with this girl who, if you're having to ask her age, you should move on. You were 30 when you were talking to the chick who sent you the nakeds.
Yeah.
You're 33. And you're like, how old are you? That's a red flag. You shouldn't have to ask that about somebody you're hitting on and getting nakeds from.
Yeah, you would think, but not the smartest decision maker when it comes to boobies and ween.
Yeah.
The Destiny.
I don't think he's a pedophile. I think he just likes youngish looking girls, and that has put him in a really bad situation, and that he needs to contact the authorities and let them know what he's got so that they can tell him how to deal with it instead of him taking internet advice from retards in his chat.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what had we been? Oh, iDubbbz. Yeah, the Ethan thing. I don't give a shit about edgy jokes. I don't. Even today, I know it's 2025 and edgy jokes are not allowed anymore. If you know somebody's trying to make a joke, even if it's a bad joke, lighten the fuck up. Okay? Lighten up. Stop going after everybody because they came after other people. iDubbbz, you of all people should not be pointing at folks and going, look, he made edgy jokes. I mean, that was your brand for a while, fucker. But anyway.
And man, he is just desperate for attention, though. iDubbbz is just looking for any kind of clout he can get.
Oh, yeah. Because, I mean, look, that is the reality of the world, is that controversy brings clicks.
Yeah. Oh, man, he is just I told Monkey off air, I think, that I was watching some of iDubbbz streams. And dear God, it was worse than watching paint dry. Like, I would actually rather watch the wall hoping something interesting happens than watch this dude try and talk. He is insanely boring. And he's like slow reader too. So when he reads chat, there's like dead silence for 30 seconds. Oh, that's a pretty dog.
Yeah, I just want to point out, Delahaye sent us this one, and I'm only showing this because I feel bad you're a Canadian.
Oh, it's a Canadian dog. Could we have a rescue program? Like, is Sarah McLachlan gonna play a song now? Like, can you save the Canadians and their pets in the arms of the angels? Save
They need
the
posers. I mean, they've taken the putting pets down to the point of putting pet owners down.
Yeah, that's a whole new level.
Right?
Somebody in chat did ask how they can send you pet pics.
Oh, just DM me on Twitter. And if not on Twitter, somebody sent me one the other day on Steam. And the only reason I don't bring that one up is because I never open Steam during shows because it's caused issues before.
Yeah, it crashes things.
But You can send me him on there, or yeah, you don't even have to DM him to me on Twitter. You can just tag me in him, but I see him more if I get a DM.
And if since your DMs are closed, how can they
tag me in a post saying, "Hey, follow me," and I will follow you back so that you can send it to me.
All right, just making sure everybody's aware of the methodology there.
Honestly, I did debate whether or not to show the dog because it has been a kitty cat thing, but I do like dogs. I'm not a dog person, but like my daughter's dog, I love him. He is such a sweetheart. He is big and scary looking and has protected my property. That was so funny that day. Our neighbor's dog was coming into our yard more often than he should have. And my daughter came up one time and her dog got out and fucking boinked this fucking dog. Went running at him full tilt, hit him in the side with his nose, sent a pit bull rolling.
Wow.
It was funny as fuck. But I do like dogs. I'm not a dog person. Okay, I got did I get that one? I did. Thank you, Darth Mando. I commented on your post with a couple cat pictures and a happy druggie. Did you mean druggie or doggy?
Yes.
And on which post? I post a lot. I will check it out. This is why I always say DM them to me because I see them better that way. Michael, thank you. Sam Cedar takes forever to get a sentence out. I can't watch Sam Cedar because the guy's boring as shit and a retard.
Yeah.
Yep, it does say druggie. Okay, just making sure. I didn't want to out you. But anyway, the reason I chose this is because I do like dogs, and I really like if I could have a dog, I love huskies. Siberian huskies are gorgeous.
Oh yeah, they're big, lumpy, awkward creatures, but they're a lot of fun. They have such personality.
And this puppy has definite features of a husky. I don't know if he's an actual husky or not, but he's definitely got the features. And why are their tongues so long? Is that just so they can lick their balls?
Slobber on you with. Yeah, there's that too. Yeah.
Random question. Thank you, Clippy. Since random time, you're going to try the schedule. Oh, are you going to try the Schedule 1 update? I beat it. Was okay. A little slow, but interesting. I probably will. Right now, I told you guys I've been playing 2 Point Museum, and I just got the DLC, and did I beat that yesterday? I don't remember if I did or not. I'm real close to beating the latest DLC for that. And then they dropped a free update. So I'm going to play through that first. Schedule 1, I have upcoming Bloodlines 2 comes out in October. And then Jack, I'm so happy. Yesterday, maybe it was the day before. I saw it yesterday. The announcement of Tropico 7. Oh. Thank you, Travis Gardner. Kitty pics and DMs. Thank you so much. I will definitely check those out. I actually have 2 Twitters open right now because I have DMs of animals and whatever's on the screen at the time. But I do love oh my goodness. It's feeding time. There you go. I like Schedule 1, but getting back into that, I would probably restart the game, which is a commitment at that point because it's already a slow burn for a lot of it.
Yeah.
Is the update the cartel update? Is that what they added this time? I know I saw it, but I don't remember what they did. He's a beauty doll. Yeah, that puppy was gorgeous. That's the kind of puppy I like to pet and then go away now. So I like cats, and specifically why I like Maine Coons, because Maine Coons are very much, they act like dogs. They need attention. They're not your orange tabby who's just like fuck you all the time. But they still are cats, and that they were like, okay, I still need my space. So I get all of the loving and stuff, and you go over there for a while. I don't feel like petting you right now. Actually, with Phoebe, it's like I just need to pet you a little bit more. She got that long, fluffy hair.
Yeah.
But yeah, when it comes to the video games, there's so many. I hate it because video games seem to come in clumps, and then you have long dry spells of nothing. I need them to space it out a little bit better. Cryptic, thank you. Look, Mungie, a mixed dog is like going to a Chinese restaurant and asking for a poo-poo platter. You get to taste every flavor of dog. Wow. Thank you, Cryptic. Yeah, so when it comes to what I'm gonna play, there's tons there's still an update for Chef or Kebab Chef. There's like 2 updates I haven't played of that one. And that game was a lot of fun. They just had the bakery update recently. But I only have so much time in a day. I need to figure out how to play 4 games at once.
You need more computers and monitors.
That would be very nice, actually. But then I couldn't concentrate.
I think you were going to be good at them.
Thank you, Spartan John. That's so generous. I'm donating for the entertainment you provide, but I'd like to point out that cereal is not soup and that sauerkraut is delicious. See, that's why you think cereal's soup or it's not soup. I'll smite you in Nashville if you disagree. Look, I trusted my wife. My wife was not a sauerkraut eater either. And she wasn't a hot dog eater till she met me. And that's not a euphemism. That's actual hot dogs.
Sure.
Although the other applies as well.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm just kidding. I'm married. She doesn't do that. Stop playing. Married guys know what I'm talking about. Real quick before I get to that. Married guys, how many of you know this feeling? I put on my shirt yesterday and something kept tickling the underside of my arm. And that's when I found my wife's hair had gotten up in my sleeve in the laundry. I'm not the only married guy that deals with that shit, right?
How did that even happen?
Because my wife has long hair. Holy shit.
Oh, wow.
Ace, thank you so much. Best monk on the tube. Also have to Jack. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ace.
God damn, yeah. Thank you. That is amazing. I appreciate it.
Well, while we're on that note, thank you, Spartan John, for the generous donation to the new Satsu. I appreciate you too much to let Monk tell you how to feel about sauerkraut. Think for yourself and be free. Well, thank you. Satsu's big shoes to fill.
I was getting back to the sauerkraut thing. I was. My wife, one of her friends talked her into trying a hot dog with sauerkraut. And I was still at the position of, I am not putting that nasty shit in my mouth. But Lady Monkey ate it enough times. I'm like, all right, I'll try it. And I made up my hot dog. And actually, it was on a brat jack. So went extra on it. And put the sauerkraut on there and made it how my wife told me to. And I took a bite of it, and I've not forgiven her since. That shit is gross. I do not understand. Look, I eat some weird shit. We all know that, right?
I mean, way to undersell that, but yeah.
Yeah. And when I'm like, do not put that in your mouth, you should probably listen. Just throwing that out there.
I grew up in a very German area, and they love their sauerkraut and stuff like that around here. It's the texture for me. I can't do it. Brussels sprouts, it's the flavor, but with sauerkraut, it's just the texture. And I'm really weird about texture on stuff too. I mean, it could be the most delicious thing on the planet, but if the texture is weird, I don't want to put that in my mouth. But yeah, I get it. People really like sauerkraut. It's just not for me. But I also don't like sausage that much because that messes with my gut.
I'm gonna be different than you. Look, I know I tell you guys, if you like what you like, just like it. Don't take my opinion into account. But when it comes to sauerkraut, don't put that shit in your mouth. It's going to turn you gay. Thank you, Darth Mondo. Sent pics to DMs. People really want me to look at their cats.
Well, yeah, cats are
And
adorable, and people love their pets, which is
I
why
wanna
we
look
don't
at-
eat them.
True. Oh my goodness. Okay. Fair enough. You win. Look at the kitty.
Oh, that's adorable.
Look at the kitty cat.
I have a wooden chair like that set by the window for the cat to sit in. It's also her scratching post now.
Oh, there's video. She is gorgeous. Oh. Look at the cute little kitty. Okay. Yeah, she is gorgeous.
Yeah. As for the cereal is soup thing, I still maintain cereal is not soup.
Cereal is soup. You're just wrong.
It's not. No, it's
I have
so-
proven it scientifically, repeatedly.
That's irrelevant to me.
Scientific fact doesn't matter to him.
Your facts mean nothing here. Korean kimchi. Yeah, I can't do kimchi either. That's just rotted cabbage, dude. Anything that's been rotting in the ground for 3 days, yeah, I can't do it. I don't. And what gets me is I don't mind eating cabbage, but
I like cabbage. Yeah,
but like sauerkraut, I can't do it. Kimchi, I can't do it. And kimchi is just cabbage, so I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but most of the time, if I eat cabbage, it's mixed in with lettuce or something, so that might be a part of it too. I'm a very particular eater. This is what I've discovered.
Okay, I had to put this up for two reasons. One, I love the little pig slipper in the picture.
Yeah.
That's awesome. But two,
My mom had those. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
My mom had those slippers that were like little bear claws.
Oh, yeah.
Bare feet ones. And she thought that was the funniest thing ever.
I want to get slippers made that look like Phoebe laying on her back. Because
I think that will backfire on you at some point.
She looks like
the cat.
She looks like a giant slipper. How many times has Lady Monkey unintentionally almost killed you? Oh.
Were there air quotes around unintentionally?
I don't know about kill me, but she has injured me many times accidentally, and you're maybe you're right about the air quotes there. The first time we were still in high school and we were bouncing a handball back and forth to each other. And for some reason, she decided to throw it slightly forward and much harder. And so it bounces and comes up and nuts me. Ooh. Which, by the way, she thought was one of the funniest. That's when I realized I was going to marry this woman. She thought it was the funniest thing ever. This woman accidentally hurts me a lot, especially if she's trying to help me do something. But anyway, the other reason I wanted to put this one up because I love that cat sitting there like, what? He's in the bathtub just like, I don't see a problem with this. What?
Yeah, because that cat got in the bathtub knowing that if you try and get him in the bathtub, you're going to come back with a lot of scratches and blood loss. So
thank you.
Willingly.
Thank you, Retro, who says DM'd you, monkey. All right, let's check. Let's see. Man, my inbox. Oh my God.
Thanks for re-upping your support for the channel, Retro.
Yes, thank you. That is month number 26. Thank you. This is how Phoebe plays when she's cleaning her crotch in front of the window. This exact pose. Oh, I love it. That is so cute.
They're such funny animals.
I love cats. Look, I know dogs are great too. And if you want something for protection, our German Shepherd, when we had it, nobody could come around my kids without permission.
Yeah.
And I loved that. And we didn't have to teach him that. Those were just his kids. You don't fuck with them.
Yeah, they're part of the pack. And
that's awesome with dogs. And cats are not like that. cats will be like, fuck you and your baby. But they tend to have so much more personality in my experience than dogs do.
Yeah, they're more like clowns. Yeah, they're not scary, but silly creatures. They do a lot of amusing stuff, whereas dogs are a little bit more practical. Like if you're looking for a buddy, you get a dog. If you're looking for like a roommate that slightly hates you but will make you laugh occasionally, you get a cat.
Yeah. Gives me 80s Flashdance vibes. Kingslayer, thank you. I think I started a trend that Monkey's loving. Just saying, Toner is the coolest, is the cutest kitty. You're supposed to feel that way, but Phoebe is the cutest kitty. No, I realized last night Phoebe is not a cat; she's a toddler, because my cat holds grudges and she has very specific, what's the word? Acting out that she does. So last night I get into bed and I did something she didn't like. I don't even know what. And so she decided to get on the dresser. Now you might think, oh, she's on the dresser. No big deal. Phoebe only gets on the dresser when she's mad, and she gets up there and she'll break shit. Like literally one time we come into our room and a sconce that had been hanging there, she knocked off the wall and broke it. What did we do that time? I don't fucking know. But the only reason she goes up there is when she's trying to get back at us. She's like, if she could hold her breath, she would.
Wow. That's addictive.
Yeah, but my cat has 27 toes. That is more than how many did Chong have? Because cats should have 18 toes, and Chong almost had a full extra paw on one of her paws.
That's weird.
Am I still here?
Yeah.
Okay, because you broke up just for a second there, and they said you broke up earlier, so I don't know if it's you or me doing it.
Yeah, 50-50.
50-50. Chong's parents were related. One of the kittens came out with its back right leg bent 90 degrees in at the knee. We called him Thumper because he'd run and that leg would hit the ground with bump, 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 bump. It was great. Chong had almost a full extra set of paws, and then her brother Cheech only had like 4 extra toes. I'm pretty sure there was supposed to be another kitten in that litter.
Yeah.
And those two just absorbed it. That sounded racist. What sounded racist?
You named the cat Chong.
Well, we named them Cheech and Chong because we decided that clearly mom was high when she got pregnant because the kids came out retarded. That's why we went with Cheech and Chong with those two, yeah. We also had Indy. Indy was named that because even when he couldn't open his eyes, he was getting into shit. He was off being adventurous. He was also the one with he looked almost like Thumper, but with the straight leg. Thumper was the greatest, though. That little cat running around here. Thump, 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 thump. Racist would be naming the cat Dinner. Yes. This is a beautiful kitty. I love the coloring on this cat. And I love those eyes. Like, get the camera away from me, fucker. That cat's going to fuck you up if you don't get that camera out of its face.
Right?
I know that look. Phoebe gives me that look right before she attacks. Anyway, Chong's parents were related. That says Chang, or does that say Chong? God, my eyesight sucks. That does say Chong. Yeah, Chong's parents were brother and sister. Whoopsie. Cats don't give a shit about the animal kingdom doesn't give a shit about that. Only humans are smart enough to go, maybe we shouldn't fuck our sisters. Oh my God. Jack, anything you want to talk about? As much as I love that cat, I'm sorry, I got to go back to this one because it's giving me Phoebe vibes, and I love that pose. Anyway, sorry, Jack. Anything you want to chat about?
Not really. I was watching. Quartering's e-begging again. That dude. That's all he does is like do ads and beg for money. It's really annoying. But that seems to be what a lot of his live streams are these days. Is just whining. And iDubbbz is boring and not funny. And Amberlynn Reed's getting herself in some trouble. She accused her aunt of trying to silence victims of somebody's bad touches, and her aunt put out a thing that she's going to sue her now for defamation. So
let's go back to. We'll come back to Amber. Let's go back to the quartering, because you and I were talking about this off stream, and the quartering's problem is that he's spending way too much. He makes plenty of money over there.
Oh yeah,
but he's trying to be Tim Pool, and even Tim had to cut back on his spending for his podcast. Yeah. I do not understand why these guys start making all this money and then they're like, we need to have a whole newsroom.
I don't know. It's sort of this, I wouldn't say it's ego per se, but they feel like they have to expand their operations. If you keep it simple and cheap, you could do a lot more. It gives you a lot more versatility. Yeah, you could probably hire 1 or 2 people, but like Quartering had like a dozen people working for him for a while.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? You're some fat dude that sits in his basement talking. I know, I'm at my kitchen table, so I can be closer to the food.
That's how I feel about like the Tim Pool thing. Tim Pool's show can be run with 2 engineers. That's all you need. And that's with one of them being bored most of the time.
Yeah, you could run that out of your spare room. There's no reason to have an entire compound. And if you already had that stuff, that's fine. Like you have a warehouse or garage or something you could convert. That'd be one thing. But there's no sense in like Tim moved to another area.
Joe Rogan. Oh
yeah,
one of us is breaking up again. Sorry,
that's probably me.
If you take the Joe Rogan thing, he went and built himself a new studio, and it's still run by him and Jamie. It's just the 2 of them keeping that thing going. And they're like, no, I need to have 6 editors and 2 sound guys and private security. Most of it is unnecessary, but they're like, this is what successful people do, I guess.
Yeah, I think part of it is ego driven, because they're like, I'm obviously the best ever. But it seems like a waste of money to do all that extra stuff.
Do you know how rich people stay rich? By not spending money they don't have to.
Yeah. Smart investment is really kind of the key to success.
And like Jeremy is paying the other people on his shows with him. Like he's paying Melanie Mack and whatever that really milquetoast chick is he has on there with him.
Yeah, Hannah something.
And he was paying Styx. I mean, why? Why? You're on a podcast. You can get people to come on for free. And I'm not saying don't pay people. I'm just saying, why are you employing these people that are not bringing in more money for you?
Yeah, it's a waste of money. I mean, how if you factor in like Styx said he was getting something like $500. I don't know if that was per show or per week, because that would matter. But I mean, if he's paying these 2 chicks, that's $1,000 right there. Let's assume it's per week. And there's also a couple of guys that are on the stream too. So you've got a pretty big overhead every week. Then that's foolish.
Walter says he simps big time over Melanie. Look, I'm going to be honest. I would pay Melanie Mack to stand there and just stand there, because her voice is annoying as fuck. She somehow sounds like an old Jewish lady who did helium.
Wow, you could just compared Melanie Mack to Fran Drescher.
Kind of, yeah. Her voice, oh my God. She's pretty to look at. And even that's Melanie, the white girl in you, starting to come out. Fuck. Time to reapply that Asian makeup you like to wear.
Yeah, she's still cute. I don't find her voice as annoying as you do, but
oh God, I fucking hate it. I hate it. It's I cannot take high pitched sounds, and her voice is so high pitched.
Yeah, a lot of voices like that really get to me too. But for some reason, hers isn't as bad. Maybe it's the Asian in her.
I bet if we put take that voice and give it to Amberlynn Reed, I bet it would drive you nuts.
Oh, yeah, quite likely.
You just like that she looks like she has an eating disorder.
I'm not disputing that at all. I'm willing to overlook a lot of things when they have a nice body type. So I'm fully aware that that's probably why.
Ooh, I can count your spine. No.
I need something to do when I'm back there.
The point of all of this, again, I don't care about Jeremy. But if anybody's listening, I know several people have started their own shows and stuff. Don't spend money that you're not making. Yeah, it's never going to work out. And Jeremy would be, this is a guy who his wife owns a plane, for fuck's sake. He's not poor.
No, he's got like an RC track in his yard. Like he owns a bunch of property in a nice house, and he owns a Cybertruck, and he's out there crying poverty. Dude, what are you doing? First of all, why do you have a Cybertruck? That's terrible financial planning.
And it's fucking ugly as shit.
I think they're cool looking, but
I know
we're going to agree to disagree on that one.
I know. One, you can't call it a truck. That is not a truck. That is a PlayStation 1 reject. But this is a guy that I get why he wants other people on his show, because
he's boring.
Many people have told him how fucking boring he is. I mean, he even brought it up in that one video. Like, you guys say that I'm boring and just reading this stuff, and you're right. So I get having other people on, kind of ish. Maybe take the hint and just pay them to do the show instead of putting your boring ass on it.
Yeah, like that's one thing I don't get. Like, he's got these two female co-hosts, but he's the one that drags that show down.
Yeah,
you should just let the women do the show, and have them do their own show on his channel, and then pay them for that. But instead, because he is a slower talker, I don't know if he's doing that to pad the runtime. Because a lot of times on his videos, he's clearly trying to stretch it out to get the mid-roll ads. The topic isn't nearly that interesting or long. So he's got to have these kind of dramatic pauses where he has to look like he's thinking about something. And he drags it out like that. It's like talking to a boring smoker. You know what I mean? We've all seen these guys. You're out with the cigarette people, and one of them is trying to tell a story, and every third second he's got to take a puff because he wants to look dramatic, and it's fucking obnoxious.
When you started doing the imitation, I was like, oh shit, we're cutting out again. And the thing is, you did it perfect, spot on. And when I can't tell the difference from our internet cutting out and you mimicking him, that's a problem for him.
It is because there's actually quite a few commentators like that on this platform. iDubbbz is just as guilty of this, but iDubbbz is, the gears are turning slowly. Jeremy's just dragging stuff out to pad runtime.
And not to just harp on Jeremy, because you're right, there's a lot of creators like this. If you don't have something to say, it's okay to just wrap it up. Yeah, you're not going to make your 8 minutes to get your mid rolls and stuff. But you can pad it another way. You can put a little ad at the end of the video. There's ways to pad that shit out without having to try to drag it out as you're talking about it. Oh, shit, I need something else to say here.
Yeah, that's obnoxious. Like,
yeah,
why aren't you prepared? We always have extra stuff to talk about because we're not boring.
And if I don't, I just we don't got nothing to talk about. What do you want to talk about? And we just start shooting the shit.
Yeah. and like we're doing right now, like we found a topic pretty quickly to talk about. But yeah, then he does the ad reads. Remember, he said he was only going to do like one a show.
One a show, yeah.
And he went back on that really fucking quick because watching his streams, he sneaks in little attempts to like raise money. So he's talking about like, oh, you also get a discount on our delicious coffee, which is available at Coffee Brand Coffee. Like, dude, you're just backhanding your audience at that point.
I somewhat related, but not directly. I was watching Trigonometry, the one that I pimped out the other day, where they were talking about history.
Mm-hmm.
And very near the beginning, Constantine comes on. He goes, "Wait, this isn't an ad," and then he does an ad for their website.
Jeez.
So what he's saying is that this is not a paid sponsorship, but he says this isn't an ad, which is a complete lie, Constantine. You're shilling your own shit. That is still an ad, even if it's not a paid sponsorship.
Yeah, that's. Look, I understand. We're all e-beggars to some degree because this is our jobs.
Yeah.
And we try not to do it very often, but dear God, Jeremy has the opposite problem. That dude is asking for money all the time. Like, you could jump around in his streams, and you're likely going to find some point where he is at least mentioning something that he is hawking, whether it's his cookbooks. I know way too much about what he's hawking, and I barely ever watch him. I watched a couple of streams because I heard some people talking about him, and I'm like, that can't be true. So I went and watched, and sure enough, he's talking about his coffee. He's talking about his cookbook. He's talking about his Patreon, all his membership things, his Rumble memberships. I'm like, dude, dial it back. That's obsessive. It's a compulsion with him.
Well, I mean, he's desperate for the why is this not bringing up what I want? Fucking hate that shit. He's trying to get back to where he was, and I don't want to say that he was artificially blown up, but he kind of was. I mean, he comes onto the scene because Bering and Sargon did a video with him.
Yeah.
Way, way, way back during the Magic the Gathering stuff where he gets kicked out from there. I think it's from before he got punched, but after he gets disinvited to those places. And that will do wonders for you. And
absolutely.
He was or is decent at marketing. He was, I should say. Yeah, definitely was at marketing himself, but he hasn't changed with the times. He's still just putting out a video with a obnoxious thumbnail like they got destroyed or some stupid shit like that.
Yeah, he is basically a clickbaiter.
And if you actually watched his videos, I mean, they're not that interesting. They're boring. And for a long time, he was just doing the Mundane Matt thing where he literally stole this idea from Mundane Matt. He'd read an article and then like, look, there's a video, adding very little to it, having very little opinion about it. Just like, can you guys believe that they're woke again? Ha ha. That only works so many times. And even with that, according to Social Blade, in the last 30 days, his main channel, The Quartering, has had 9.9 million views.
Damn.
High-end estimate of what he's making off that is $40K in a month. He should not need money.
No, that's just off what is ad revenue?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, you're talking memberships, merchandise. He's probably making another half that, so probably another 20 grand.
Yeah. He's making good money, but this is a problem that I've seen with so many creators. Either they go out there and they spend it on shit that they don't need personally, like cars and shit, or a house, Boogie, Matt, shit that they can't afford because they got a boost right now. Or they do like The Quartering is doing and is like, I'm going to make a media empire of boring people.
And a coffee empire.
And a coffee empire. Don't
In
forget the
his
coffee.
garage.
Yeah. Don't worry. They pay extra to do shit that other people have, little Chinese workers to do that.
Yeah, like I get it. If you have like some property and you've got an outbuilding or something, you could make that into a set. But investing that kind of money seems like a bad idea, and just for longevity, because with anything on the internet, you don't know how long the ride's going to last. So you want to save some of your money.
I don't get the coffee thing. I know it worked for Rifle Brand, and I know a lot of other people have started doing it. But it's one of those things you dabble in. You don't try to go with Mac House, for fuck's sake.
Yeah,
it's
a fad.
Even the gourmet coffee industry is oversaturated.
Yeah, it was a fad for a while. A lot of creators did it, and that doesn't mean you dive in full bore and make that a thing. You have to know your market, do your research.
Well, coffee is one of those things. If you can get an audience for it, a customer base, you're going to be set for a while because people are so loyal to it.
Yeah,
but that's what makes it so hard to break into.
Yeah, brand loyalty is huge, and that's a hard market to break into. I don't think that is the smartest move.
But hey, go ahead. It's his money. Go ahead and waste it, bro.
Yeah, it just seems a little bit foolish and reckless.
But if you guys are listening and you ever get the opportunity to be a Jeremy, don't. Just don't. Spend your money more wisely than that. Okay, now the Amberlynn Reed thing. I saw the video that you posted. And there's two different videos that go with it. I'm not putting that fat chick on my screen.
Oh, please don't.
For those of you who don't know, she's famous for being fat on the internet
and dumb.
I mean, it's because she's fat. There's tons of dumb people who never get her that kind of attention, but she's fat and dumb.
Yeah,
and lots of people pay attention to her. I used to back in the day, but I can't take her because one, her voice is annoying. Two, watching fat jiggle like that is not something I enjoy.
Right? This woman is one of the biggest cautionary tales I've ever seen in my life.
But yeah, so now she's accusing her. It's her aunt that she's saying is covering for a pedo, right?
Yes.
Yeah. With no evidence except for, from what I saw in that video, somebody told her.
Yeah, allegedly her cousin told her that the cousin's mother, who is the aunt, was getting victims to change their stories. That's a pretty serious allegation.
Yep. And this is the kind of stuff, again, talking about the Tectone video from yesterday, where the internet has gone from insults to defamation.
Yeah, that's why I brought it up, was because of the Tectone thing. Like, jumping to that far of an extreme that's a whole other level, man.
Without evidence, just I was told.
Yeah. Yeah, and you're making that accusation. Look, Amberlynn Reed, for all her stupidity, has a very large audience base.
Yes, I don't understand it.
I don't either, but she doesn't get as many views as she used to, but there's been some controversies and drama lately, and everybody loves that shit. So a lot more people have been watching her, but to drop an accusation like that with no evidence whatsoever, that's going to get around, and it's already getting around fairly well. So, because all the reaction channels are starting to do videos about it. They started last night, which is how I found out about it. And generally, I like laughing at her because she's a tard. Somebody tricked her into saying that she supports genocide.
I'm not at all shocked by that.
No, they said, whose side would you pick? But in this situation, they laid out this situation, Jenna or this other person, and she said, "Well, it's simple, girl. code. I'm on Jenna's side. I support Jenna's side.
Jesus.
And I was like, man, you did not see that coming. Come on.
Bro, I worked with a woman who did the Mike Hunt thing over the PA at Walmart.
Nice. You still see videos from like different stores where people get them to announce stuff like that. It's always funny. But yeah, this woman made this accusation against her own aunt because she's mad at her aunt for exposing her for being a big fat liar, which, you know, we all knew anyway. But it was an attempt at a dig to try and own her because she was disrespected on her own stream and her aunt made her look stupid on her own stream.
Yeah.
And I could not believe she went with that accusation. But and she did it so casually and smugly that I was like, you know what you're doing. Why would you do that? And then I thought about it and it's like, there's so many of these people have no consequences in their life. They're just used to getting away with things. It just made me mad, basically.
Apparently, I've gotten a lot more animals over on Twitter. And sorry, guys, I was not ignoring your animals. I just had stopped looking at Twitter. Look at the puppy.
Aw, they're evolving. They're learning to walk upright.
Indeed,
that's a problem.
And then we got this kitty. Oh, so cute.
He's giving somebody the business.
And that's a raccoon. Oh, and then there's a video of somebody who taught their cat how to ring a dinner bell.
That's a terrible idea.
Hell no. It's cute, but
yeah, you're gonna hear that thing at 3 a.m. I'm hungry. Can opener. Where are you?
And for the record, I'm putting our other kitty cat back on, and it's not that I think this cat is better than your cats or anything. I just love the pose. I love that pose because, again, that's how Phoebe loves to sit around. Phoebe doesn't sit on her back legs; she sits on her butt.
Oh, that's weird.
Like how this cat, they're not really. That cat is on his butt or her butt. That's how Phoebe sits most of the time, is on her butt.
I like how when they're in this position, they always look you dead in the eye, like, yeah, I'm doing what you think I'm doing.
Right? Like, I'm cleaning my genitals. What's it to you?
Yeah, don't be jealous, human. You stupid hairless monkey.
And I love the expression on the cat's face. Like, what? I'm not even embarrassed by this.
Oh, they're not. They're proud. That's why they show their buttholes to everybody.
Is that the same kitten from your avatar there, Retro? It's a very, very cute kitty cat. But yeah, he's sitting there like that. And I do have an affinity for fat orange cats. It's probably because of Garfield and Heathcliff.
Oh yeah.
But when we moved to Chicago, I got our kitty cat named Agent Orange. We called him Orangey. And Agent Orange, yeah. Hey, my dad was a Vietnam vet. He was in on the naming. It's okay.
Okay.
Orangey actually died up here. We lived at the farm, and he used to like to go and lay in the driveway. And if I ever find the fucker, I'll kill him. I swear to God. Came up into our driveway to run over my cat.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
That's some psychotic behavior there.
Yep. And if I ever catch that fucker, because I live in that area now, Jack. We lived up here at that time. Let me find one motherfucker talking about how he ran over a cat one day. See what happens. I will find myself some Agent Orange and take care of that shit.
Yeah, that's people that hurt animals or pets like that, they'll hurt a human.
Yeah.
That's
psychotic.
Why it's part of the dark triad, animal torture, bedwetting, and fire starting. Yeah, there's a reason those are so common among serial killers.
Want some help finding that fucker? No, I want to watch the life leave his eyes as I choke him to death.
Want to make it personal.
In Minecraft.
In Minecraft, of course.
No, I really would. I would hurt that person if I ever found him. I absolutely would. I came home from
Yes.
school and my mom had to tell me what happened to my cat, and I had a bad day that day.
I imagine.
Yeah.
It's people are just sick. There's a handful of real weirdos out there that make everybody else look bad.
Why am I looking at a cat's butthole? Seems to be personal choice because I keep looking at the cat's face.
Yeah, he's wondering why you're looking too.
Yeah. Why are you looking at a cat's butthole? That's weird, dude.
You know where you can't see a cat's butthole? The movie Cats.
True.
Nobody pooped in that movie.
Green Lady says I'd go full John Wick. Oh, I would. Do not hurt
Yeah.
my cat. Do not hurt my animals. I'll fuck you up. The ominous close-up isn't helping. What?
I think the lighting helps a lot, by the way.
I just leaned into the mic a little bit because my back was hurting. Just saying. All right. We are at the 2-hour mark and talking about kitty cat buttholes. So I think it's a good time to wrap up and call it a day. Guys, remember, we will be back hopefully around 9 o'clock tonight, maybe 10-ish.
Yes.
It'll depend on, well, when I do it. Get over it. I don't care. And for the next several nights next several days, there will not be a morning show. I'm going to be busy, so I can't do that. And you'll have to catch us at nighttime. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us. Thank you for the donations. You guys, so very generous. So some of you, so very generous. God damn. Talk about humble, man. Just humbled by this shit. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Jack, anything you want to show?
I got nothing. Thank you guys so much for all the generous donations. You guys have been really good to us today, and we really, really appreciate it. You're all beautiful people out there. Stay safe. Enjoy the weather and enjoy the people that you're around because, you should find some happiness in the world.
Indeed. And no long outro. Jack, a pleasure as always.
Always glad to be here.
I'd like to say that I have something important to do, but I really just want to go play my video game.
That's fair.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie to the audience. I'm going to go play a video game.
Okay, go take an old man now.
Take care of yourselves, guys. We love you. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye now.
Bye, everybody.
If you're looking at the cat's butthole, that's on you.